Welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mukhtar Kasim. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. President Bola Tinubu has received a ceremonial welcome at Windsor Castle as he begins his state visit to the United Kingdom, with full military honors accorded by King Charles III. The Nigerian leader and First Lady Oluremi Tinubu were treated to a 42-gun salute and inspected a guard of honor, marking a key moment in the high-level diplomatic engagement. The visit will include meetings with British officials and discussions on trade, security, and cooperation as both countries seek to deepen bilateral relations. Nigeria's service chiefs have relocated to Maiduguri on the directive of President Bola Tinubu following deadly bombings that killed at least 23 people and injured many others. The military leadership is expected to coordinate operations on ground, engage frontline troops, and develop strategies to curb the resurgence of attacks in the region. Authorities say the move is part of efforts to restore confidence and strengthen security presence in Borno State. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu has commended President Bola Tinubu for signing the Kampala Convention Domestication Act into law, describing it as a landmark move to restore the dignity and rights of internally displaced persons across the country. Kalu gave the commendation in Abuja while receiving a delegation from the International Committee of the Red Cross, noting that the law reflects a humane and people-centered leadership. National Assembly correspondent Anita Patrick reports.
The Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who sponsored the bill, said Nigeria's move sets a precedent for Africa, providing a legal framework to safeguard the welfare, dignity and rights of displaced citizens, and called on government agencies to align budgets and policies to meet urgent needs in IDP camps, from health and security to social support. Kalu added that the ultimate goal is to end displacement by tackling root causes and enabling safe returns, promising National Assembly oversight to ensure law delivers real impact, a move the ICRC hailed as a model for other nations.
Because we have given a legal shield for the rights, for the dignity, and for the welfare of these people. Because they are persons, even though they are displaced. They are citizens, even though they are displaced. And so, when you visit the camps and see what they go through, you begin to question. They didn't bring this upon themselves. What is their protection? That was the reason for Kampala Convention. And now that we have domesticated it, the law has become alive in our country for them to be protected in their rights, in their dignity, and in their welfare.
During the visit, the ICR Nigeria head Doris L. Dohili pledged the organization's support for future humanitarian initiatives, praising Nigeria's effort to tackle the challenges faced by displaced persons.
Kampala Convention and the domestication is also helping a lot, not only in terms of the general situation of the IDP, but also the missing file. As we know, this is a huge file in Nigeria that the ICRC is dealing with, and we need to make sure that more efforts are done in this regard, in regard of the IHL treaty and in regard of the missing file, in line with the Kampala Convention. So let's have the domestication of the Kampala Convention push us for more effort, and I know that you like challenges, so this is a new challenge on the table, the IHL treaty and the legal framework of the missing.
It is expected that the Kampala Convention Domesticated Act would extend beyond the federal level to states for full protection of IDPs. From the National Assembly, Anita Patrick reporting for Global TV News.
The African Democratic Congress (ADC) has taken a significant step in shaping its political direction ahead of future elections as it unveils its policy framework and manifesto principles. Political correspondent Ubong Usoro reports.
Chairman of the ADC Policy and Manifesto Committee, John Oyegun, presented the interim reports and policy principles of the committee, outlining the party's vision for governance and national development. Speaking at the event, Oyegun described the ADC as a government in waiting, expressing confidence in the party's preparedness to take over leadership and deliver impactful governance to Nigerians.
Nigeria must recreate a citizen-centered state. A state where institutions serve citizens, where the economy produces and creates jobs, where security protects communities, and where governance delivers measurable value to its people, its citizens. This framework is therefore not a catalog of promises. It is a governing philosophy that the ADC, all ADC governments, will have to adopt.
Also speaking, the ADC National Chairman, David Mark, emphasized the growing support base of the party, noting that millions of Nigerians are placing their hopes in the ADC as a credible alternative.
For us in the ADC, politics must never be about power for the sake of power. It must be about service, must be about accountability, and the courage to do what is right for our people and for our country. Armed with this manifesto, we will move forward with renewed confidence, united in purpose, and determined to offer Nigeria leadership that inspires hope and delivers results.
The policy document is expected to address key national issues, including economic growth, security, governance reforms, and social development, as the party positions itself strongly in the Nigeria's political landscape. The ADC says it will continue consultations with stakeholders across the country as it fine-tunes its manifesto ahead of the upcoming political activities. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
In the meantime, the Labour Party has fixed May 23 as the date for its presidential primary elections ahead of the 2027 general election as part of its electoral timetable. The party said the process will follow a series of congresses and the National Convention scheduled for April in line with the INEC guidelines. Officials also say the party is taking steps to strengthen internal democracy and address recent internal disputes. Let's now head to Benue State, where security operatives say coordinated operations are underway to stem recent attacks on communities and restore calm across affected areas. At a security briefing in Makurdi, heads of security agencies assured residents that intensified joint operations are already producing results as the situation remains under control. Correspondent Felicity Ndere reports that the renewed push follows recent incidents in parts of the state.
Addressing journalists at the government house in Makurdi after a closed-door security meeting, the Commissioner of Police in Benue State, CP Ifeanyi Nari, said security forces have heightened surveillances and tactical operations across vulnerable communities. He noted that the Sankra Axis, which had witnessed attacks linked to the armed headers and local bandits, is now under closer monitoring by combined security teams. The police commissioner also confirmed the recent attack near Ikeshu plantation around the communities of Asakpa, Odantele, and Ukpete in Apa local government area, where armed bandits killed 6 villagers before escaping into the forest. According to him, troops under Operation Wildstroke, alongside police tactical teams and other security units, immediately launched a 3-day manhunt supported by drone surveillance, forcing the attackers to retreat deeper into the forest.
We are embarking on a regular joint patrols in all the nooks and crannies of Benue State. All the security services are on joint operation regularly in all the villages, all the communities. That is why we are having it better every day. in Benue State, because security in Benue State improves every day because we don't sleep.
Meanwhile, the military says additional troops have been deployed to Kwane local government area to reinforce security presence. Commander of the 401 Special Forces Brigade, Brigadier General Oyibanje Pokoye, said soldiers have taken strategic positions along key entry and exit routes to prevent further infiltration by criminal elements.
Incidents that happened lately, we have deployments now at the beachhead there, so I can assure you that incidents will not recur itself. The government, His Excellency, has also supported the military with logistics. So most of the bad spots are being covered with bike platoons and gun trucks. And the logistics are still coming, and they will definitely come.
The security chiefs also commended the support of the Benue State Governor, Hyacinthe Alia, expressing confidence that the ongoing joint operation will further restore peace and stability across the state. In Makurdi, Felicity Ndere, reporting for Global Television News.
Eid celebration is one of the most significant festivals in Islam, often marked by massive movements of people across the country as families reunite in their hometowns. However, the surge in travel demand is usually accompanied by a sharp increase in transportation fares, making the journey difficult for many Nigerians. Our correspondent, Sadia Yakubu, reports.
Like other major festive periods such as Christmas, the Eid celebration is characterized by heavy travel across Nigeria, leading to overcrowded motor parks and increased pressure on available transport services. With the surge in passenger demand and limited number of vehicles, transport operators often raise fares, making transportation one of the biggest challenges for travelers during the period. Reports from previous Eid celebrations shows that transport fares can increase by as much as 20 to 30%, while in some cases, prices double depending on the destination and timing of travel. Another major factor contributing to the hike in transport fares is the cost of fuel. Transport operators say the rising price of fuel significantly increases the cost of running their vehicles.
Problem was there before you are buying fuel, go and come back, 40,000 naira. When they increase the fuel to 1,003 now, we are buying fuel now from here, small car to Lokoja, go come back now, we are buying fuel now, 60,000 naira.
Across major motor parks, thousands of passengers struggle to secure seats as millions attempt to travel at the same time to celebrate with their loved ones. Travelers say the high fares and long waiting hours have become a recurring experience during the festive season.
Now, it's more or less a system that has been created, and it's more or less let me say, a mentality here in Nigeria. So there's so much belief that, okay, when it is festive period, people will troop out and they will want to go to their different destination, meeting their, let me say, yes, their loved ones, their family, and let's say the drivers, they know that people will be out.
Sometimes people, they need to come out one time for the transportation and moving where they want to go. So our motto, all of them, they're not enough for the movement. So like now, before you come, you can see passengers, there is no motor. Actually, that's what they bring it. And secondly, to increasing the price.
Observers say improved planning and better regulation of the transport sector could help reduce the burden on passengers and make travel more affordable during the festive periods. Sadia Yakubu, Global Television News.
Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has deployed over 53,500 personnel nationwide to ensure a peaceful Eid al-Fitr celebration. The operatives have been tasked with protecting critical infrastructure and monitoring key public locations such as prayer grounds, markets, and transport hubs. Authorities say the deployment is part of proactive measures to prevent security breaches during the festive period. The Kano State government says Emir Mohammed Sanusi II will lead this year's Eid al-Fitr Durbar celebration under strict security guidelines. Authorities say the decision follows intelligence report of possible unrest prompting the modification and suspension of some traditional activities. The government has assured residents of a peaceful celebration while urging full cooperation with security agencies. Away from the Eid celebration, a federal high court in Warri has ruled that Nigerians have the constitutional right to record police officers performing their duties in public. The court also awarded damages to a citizen whose rights were violated, stressing that officers must not harass or intimidate individuals for recording them. The judgment reinforces accountability and transparency in law enforcement operations. You're watching the live broadcast of News Cycle. News Cycle continues after this weather forecast, plus business, foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Hello and welcome to Thursday's weather forecast. It will be bright and sunny across the northern region, with temperatures continuing to rise into the 40s. Nighttime temperatures are also expected to stay warm. So if you are in this area, be sure to take necessary precaution. Across the rest of the country, it will be partly cloudy during the morning hours. There is a higher chance of rains in parts of the southeast, the southwest, and the south-south. A slight chance of thunderstorms is also expected in southern Kaduna, southern Adamawa, and southern Taraba, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, Plateau, Nasarawa, Benue, Kogi, and Kwara State. And that's the forecast. Stay weather aware. I am Akami Samarda.
Now to business news. The Central Bank of Nigeria is set to raise over 1 trillion naira in a new treasury bill auction, bringing total short-term borrowing to nearly 3 trillion naira within 2 weeks. The move reflects the government's continued reliance on domestic debt markets and ongoing fiscal pressure. Analysts say strong demands for a longer tenor instrument is shaping the structure of the latest issuance. Now, as Muslims prepare for the Eid al-Fitr celebration, many Nigerians are expressing concern over the rising cost of foodstuff in the market across the country. The sharp increases in prices is making it difficult for households to purchase essential items needed for the festivities. Sadia Yakubu reports.
With the Eid Fitr approaching, markets are witnessing increased patronage as families stock up food items for the festive season. However, the excitement of the celebration is being overshadowed by a sharp rise in the prices of essential commodities. Traders say the surge in demand during the festive periods often leads to a significant increase in the cost of staple foods such as rice, onions, tomatoes, and meat.
So market is fine. No any challenge. Before now it's different. Its highest is 500 naira. They're selling before 9,500. Now they're selling 10,000 naira. No increase because some people the same money no they for their hand.
The price of the meat never adds about 1,000 Nigeria be. Because the fuel now is 1,300 naira a liter. And my part now the kilo of meat is 7,000 naira. If the kilo above like this, like 5,000 each kilo is 5,000 of the bone. I never add anything because about how the country be. Some place they okay, some place they hard.
Okay, first of all, we appreciate God for keeping us alive to celebrate the Salah. And right now, we thank God for market because market is moving gradual. And some foodstuff, some of them are cheap. It's not high like before. The only thing that's costly now is crayfish, because crayfish now is cost.
Market checks reveals that prices of some food items have increased by as much as 20 to 26%, while perishable goods such as vegetables and spices have recorded even higher increases due to supply pressure. Beef, chicken and goat meat have also become more expensive as demand for festive cooking continues to rise.
The prices is normal. I see the prices even it's coming down small. Last week they increased and because fuel issues, but now I see the result is coming down small.
Sure, we bless God. Everything is normal. Some is going up, some they are coming down. Like the rice now, like this one we are selling it 65. So before we are buying it more than that kind of price, even for the place where we used to buy. So we thank God as everything is coming down.
Consumers say the rising prices are placing additional financial pressure on households, with many families forced to reduce the quantity of food they purchase for the celebration. Experts attribute the situation to increased demand, transportation costs, and general economic challenges affecting food supply. They say improved market regulation and better food supply management could help stabilize prices during festive periods. Satya Yakubu, Global Television News.
News making rounds on the foreign scene. Congo Brazzaville's president, Denis Sassou Nguesso, has secured a fifth term in office with 94.8% of the vote. The victory extends his decades-long rule, though opposition figures and civil society groups have raised concerns about the transparency and fairness of the process. Critics describe the election as flawed, citing irregularities and restrictions during the voting process. Britain and Rwanda are at the international court, with Kigali seeking more than £100 million. It says London still owes from a scrapped deal to deport migrants. Officials from both countries clashed in the oak-panelled Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague, set up in 1899 to settle contractual disputes between nations. Uyi Agbomofuigbe, who has been tracking the developments for almost 4 years, brings us an update.
In 2022, former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson sealed a deal with Rwanda to send migrants arriving in the UK in small boats or lorries to the East African country. However, the controversial scheme was eventually slapped down as illegal by the UK Supreme Court. The two nations are already at loggerheads after Britain slashed aid to Rwanda, accusing it of supporting M23 rebels in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. As the hearing begins in The Hague, Rwanda's representative, Justice Minister Emmanuel Ugirashebuja, says the legal action has been a tough decision for his country.
Rwanda regrets that it has been necessary to commence this arbitration. At all times, Rwanda has sought to perform its obligations under the MEDP in good faith, in the spirit of the partnership that had always characterized the parties' cooperation on the issue of illegal migration. However, the United Kingdom's intransigence on the two issues that I have outlined has left Rwanda with no other choice to vindicate its rights and secure the substantial sums of money of which Rwanda has been deprived. Shortly after the 2024 financial note was agreed, however, there was a change of government in the United Kingdom. The new Prime Minister declared the Rwanda scheme to be dead and buried on his first full day in office. The United Kingdom did not do Rwanda a courtesy of informing it in advance. Instead, Rwanda was left to read about these developments in the media.
When Keir Starmer became Prime Minister in July 2024, he declared the plan dead and buried on his first full day in office, dismissing it as a gimmick. During the 2 years before the scheme was scrapped, only 4 people actually went to Rwanda, according to the UK government, all voluntarily. The UK government website also indicates that about £290 million has already been paid to Rwanda, but Kigali argued in its pre-hearing submissions to the Permanent Court of Arbitration that 2 annual payments of £50 million are still outstanding. Uyi Agbomofuigbe reporting for Global TV News.
And now to sports. Super Eagles head coach Eric Chile has dropped Victor Osimhen and goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali from the squad for upcoming friendlies against Iran and Jordan. The coach named a 23-man team featuring a mix of experienced players and new call-ups as part of efforts to assess the squad. The matches now moved to Turkey due to the Middle East tension, a part of preparations for future competitions. Senegal's football authorities have rejected the Confederation of Africa Football CAF's decision to strip the country of its Africa Cup of Nations title, describing the ruling as unjust and unacceptable. CAF awarded the title to Morocco after ruling that Senegal forfeited the final match following a protest walk-off by players over a late penalty decision. Senegal has vowed to challenge the decision at the Court of Arbitration for Sports, insisting it will defend its rights and the integrity of its national team. That's it on News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms, now showing on your screen, using our Global TV NG. I am Mukhtar Qasim, saying a very big thank you for watching.